Nutrition is not one size fits all, and men have unique physiological needs that require specific attention. Understanding how to properly fuel your body can be the difference between feeling sluggish and unmotivated versus energized and ready to tackle life's challenges. This comprehensive guide explores the essential truths about male nutrition, breaking down what your body truly needs to perform at its peak. Understanding male metabolic needs. Men typically have higher basal metabolic rates than women, primarily due to greater muscle mass and different hormonal profiles. This means men generally require more calories to maintain basic bodily functions. The average adult male needs between 2,200 and 3,000 calories per day, depending on age, activity level, and body composition. However, it's not just about the quantity of calories. The quality matters exponentially more. Your metabolism is like an engine that requires the right fuel mixture. Feed it processed foods, excessive sugars, and unhealthy fats, and you'll experience energy crashes, brain fog, and declining vitality. Provide it with nutrient-dense whole foods, and you'll notice sustained energy, improved mental clarity, and better physical performance. And protein, the foundation of male health. Protein stands as the cornerstone of male nutrition, essential for muscle maintenance, hormone production, and cellular repair. Men should aim for approximately 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, with higher amounts beneficial for those engaged in regular strength training or physically demanding work. Quality protein sources include lean meats like chicken and turkey, fatty fish such as salmon and mackerel, eggs, Greek yogurt, legumes, and plant-based options like quinoa and tempeh. Spreading protein intake throughout the day optimizes muscle protein synthesis. Aim for 25 to 40 grams per meal rather than loading up in just one sitting. The timing of protein consumption also matters. Consuming protein within an hour after exercise maximizes recovery and muscle growth. Morning protein intake jumpstarts metabolism and helps regulate appetite throughout the day, reducing the likelihood of unhealthy snacking. Healthy fats, essential for hormones and energy. Despite decades of misguided low-fat dietary advice, healthy fats are crucial for male vitality. Testosterone production, critical for energy, mood, muscle mass, and sexual health, depends heavily on adequate fat intake, particularly cholesterol and saturated fats in moderation. Focus on incorporating omega-3 fatty acids from sources like wild-caught fish, walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds. These powerful anti-inflammatory compounds support heart health, brain function, and may even help maintain healthy testosterone levels. Monounsaturated fats from avocados, olive oil, and nuts provide steady energy and support cardiovascular health. Avoid trans fats completely and limit processed vegetable oils high in omega-6 fatty acids, which can promote inflammation when consumed in excess. The ideal fat intake should comprise about 25 to 35% of total daily calories, with emphasis on quality sources rather than arbitrary restriction. Carbohydrates, timing, and type matter. Carbohydrates have been unfairly demonized in recent years, yet they remain essential for optimal male performance. The key lies in choosing the right types and consuming them at strategic times. Complex carbohydrates from whole grains, sweet potatoes, oats, and legumes provide sustained energy without the blood sugar roller coaster associated with refined carbs. Active men, particularly those engaged in high-intensity training or endurance activities, require adequate carbohydrates to fuel performance and support recovery. Timing carbohydrate intake around workouts, consuming them before exercise for energy and after for recovery, optimizes their benefits while minimizing fat storage. For men seeking to lose body fat while maintaining energy, focusing carbohydrate intake around training sessions while keeping them moderate during sedentary periods creates an effective balance. This approach maintains metabolic flexibility while supporting performance when it matters most. Micronutrients, the overlooked essentials. While macronutrients receive most of the attention, micronutrients, vitamins and minerals play crucial roles in male health that cannot be ignored. Zinc supports testosterone production and immune function. Magnesium aids in energy production, sleep quality, and muscle function. Vitamin D acts more like a hormone than a vitamin, influencing testosterone levels, mood, and bone health. Many men are deficient in these critical nutrients without realizing it. Dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, shellfish, and colorful vegetables should be dietary staples. Consider having your vitamin D and magnesium levels tested, as supplementation may be necessary, especially if you live in northern climates or have limited sun exposure. B vitamins, particularly B12, support energy production at the cellular level. Found abundantly in animal products, these vitamins can be problematic for men following plant-based diets, making supplementation potentially necessary.
Careful, it's hot.
Iron is another consideration. While men typically need less than women, those following vegetarian diets or with certain health conditions should monitor their levels. Hydration, the most underestimated factor. Water doesn't get the attention it deserves in nutrition discussions, yet proper hydration profoundly impacts energy levels, cognitive function, and physical performance. Men should aim for roughly half their body weight in ounces of water daily. A 180-pound man needs about 90 ounces, increasing with activity level and climate. Dehydration, as minimal as 2% body weight loss, significantly impairs physical and mental performance. Signs include fatigue, difficulty concentrating, headaches, and decreased exercise performance. Starting your day with 16 to 20 ounces of water jumpstarts metabolism and rehydrates your body after overnight fasting. Electrolytes matter too, especially for active men. Sodium, potassium, and magnesium lost through sweat need replenishment. While sports drinks can help during intense exercise lasting over an hour, most men can meet electrolyte needs through a balanced diet including fruits, vegetables, and moderate salt intake. Pre- and post-workout nutrition. Strategic nutrition around training sessions dramatically influences performance and recovery. Pre-workout nutrition should focus on easily digestible carbohydrates and moderate protein consumed 60 to 90 minutes before exercise. This might include oatmeal with banana and protein powder or Greek yogurt with berries and honey. During workouts lasting under an hour, water alone typically suffices. For longer sessions, consider carbohydrate sources like sports drinks or gels to maintain energy and performance. Post-workout nutrition represents a critical recovery window. Consuming protein and carbohydrates within 30 to 60 minutes after training optimizes muscle recovery and glycogen replenishment. A practical post-workout meal might include grilled chicken with rice and vegetables, a protein shake with banana, or salmon with sweet potato. The ratio should favor carbohydrates slightly over protein, roughly 2.1 or 3.1, depending on the intensity and duration of your training. Foods that support testosterone naturally. While no food magically boosts testosterone to supraphysiological levels, certain dietary choices support healthy hormone production. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts contain compounds that may help metabolize estrogen more effectively. Pomegranates have been associated with testosterone support in some studies. Oysters and shellfish provide exceptional zinc content, directly supporting testosterone production. Eggs, particularly the yolks, offer cholesterol and healthy fats necessary for hormone synthesis. Extra virgin olive oil, fatty fish rich in omega-3s, and adequate overall calorie intake all contribute to maintaining healthy testosterone levels. Conversely, excessive alcohol consumption, chronic stress, inadequate sleep, and highly processed foods can suppress testosterone production. A holistic approach addressing diet, sleep, stress management, and exercise yields the best results for hormonal health. Common nutritional mistakes. Many men fall into predictable dietary traps that undermine their health and vitality. Skipping breakfast may seem like an easy way to reduce calories, but it often leads to overeating later and decreased metabolic function. Relying too heavily on protein supplements while neglecting whole food sources misses out on valuable nutrients found in complete foods. Another common mistake involves extreme dietary approaches, whether excessively low-carb, low-fat, or calorie restriction. While these may produce short-term results, they're rarely sustainable and can lead to metabolic adaptation, hormonal disruption, and energy crashes. Consistency with moderate, balanced nutrition outperforms aggressive approaches every time. Ignoring vegetables and fruits in favor of meat and protein powder creates micronutrient deficiencies that accumulate over time. The fiber, antioxidants, and phytonutrients in plant foods support digestive health, reduce inflammation, and promote longevity. Aim for at least 5 servings of vegetables and fruits daily. Practical implementation. Building your nutrition plan. Creating an effective nutrition strategy begins with assessing your current intake honestly. Track your food for 3 to 5 days using an app like MyFitnessPal to establish baseline awareness. Most men discover they're eating less protein and vegetables than they thought while consuming more processed foods and empty calories. Structure your day around 3 solid meals with 1 or 2 snacks if needed. Each meal should include a palm-sized portion of protein, a fist-sized portion of carbohydrates from quality sources, healthy fats roughly the size of your thumb, and vegetables filling at least half your plate. This simple framework ensures balanced nutrition without obsessive measuring. Meal preparation is the secret weapon of men who maintain healthy eating patterns despite busy schedules. Dedicate 2 to 3 hours weekly to preparing proteins, chopping vegetables, and cooking grains. Having healthy options readily available dramatically reduces reliance on convenience foods and takeout. Adjusting for your goals. Your nutritional needs vary significantly based on whether you're trying to build muscle, lose fat, or maintain your current physique. For muscle building, create a modest caloric surplus of 200 to 300 calories above maintenance, ensuring adequate protein intake and training stimulus. Progress should be gradual. 1 to 2 pounds monthly prevents excessive fat gain. Fat loss requires a caloric deficit, but not an extreme one. Reducing intake by 300 to 500 calories daily while maintaining protein high, around 1 gram per pound of body weight, preserves muscle mass while facilitating fat loss. Losing 1 to 2 pounds weekly represents a sustainable, healthy pace. For maintenance and overall health, focus on nutrient density rather than strict calorie counting. Eat when hungry, stop when satisfied. Prioritize whole foods and maintain consistent meal timing. This intuitive approach works well once you've established healthy habits and body awareness. The role of supplementation. Whole foods should provide the foundation of your nutrition, but strategic supplementation can fill specific gaps. A high-quality multivitamin acts as nutritional insurance, though it cannot replace a poor diet. Vitamin D3 supplementation makes sense for most men, particularly during winter months. Aim for 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily. Omega-3 supplements from fish oil or algae provide anti-inflammatory benefits, especially if you don't regularly consume fatty fish. Magnesium glycinate or citrate taken before bed can improve sleep quality and recovery. Creatine monohydrate, one of the most researched supplements available, supports strength, muscle mass, and cognitive function. Protein powder serves as a convenient tool rather than a necessity. Whey protein digests quickly, making it ideal post-workout, while casein provides slow-release protein beneficial before bed. Plant-based options like pea or rice protein blends work well for those avoiding dairy. Long-term sustainability and balance. The most perfect nutrition plan fails if you can't stick with it. Aim for 80 to 90% adherence to healthy eating principles, while allowing flexibility for social occasions and favorite foods. Rigid perfectionism leads to burnout and unsustainable restriction binge cycles that undermine progress. Develop a healthy relationship with food by viewing it as fuel and enjoyment rather than punishment or reward. Food should enhance your life, support your goals, and bring pleasure, not dominate your thoughts or create anxiety. If you find yourself obsessing over every calorie or ingredient, step back and reassess your approach. As you age, nutritional needs evolve. Men over 40 may benefit from slightly higher protein intake to combat age-related muscle loss, while also focusing on foods that support prostate health, cardiovascular function, and cognitive performance. Regular blood work helps identify specific needs and adjust accordingly. The truth about male nutrition is simpler than the fitness industry wants you to believe, yet implementing these principles requires consistency and commitment. Focus on protein at every meal, embrace healthy fats, choose quality carbohydrates timed appropriately, load up on vegetables, and stay hydrated. These fundamentals, practiced consistently, create the foundation for sustained energy and vitality. Remember that nutrition represents just one component of overall health. Adequate sleep, regular exercise, stress management, and meaningful relationships all contribute to feeling your best. Nutrition amplifies these efforts, providing the fuel your body needs to perform, recover, and thrive. Start with small, manageable changes rather than attempting a complete overnight transformation. Add a serving of vegetables to dinner. Increase your protein at breakfast. Drink an extra glass of water. These incremental improvements compound over time, creating lasting change that enhances every aspect of your life. Your body is remarkably adaptive. Give it the nutrients it needs, and it will reward you with the energy and vitality you deserve.